The Immortal Snake's Roots by Jacob Hemlock. Chapter 1. The Perfect Yin Birth. Before I was born, there was a war for the perfect yang and yin beings to be born. People of pure light, pure goodness, and the opposite, pure evil, pure malice. It never works. We always have a dot of goodness or a dot of sin. At least, not ponds and oceans of either. My birth was to be one of pure sin, trained by season upon season of pure warrior training. Why? To counter yang with yin. It was the way of the universe. Darkness always tries to beat light, and the light moves forward, while the darkness steals their way ahead, or blocks away the obstacles of other light, so their mediocre talent can take center stage. In reality, it was just a terrible plan to create the perfect soldier that could take the world over by 14 years old. They hated me for several reasons. 1. Too good at being a warrior. It made everyone except proud warriors terrified of me. 2. If they were offended by my skills, they'd try to kill me. By 18, there was a long line of dead people behind me because of this. And 3. Sometimes I did it on accident. I was blessed with too much malice. It comes out of my body with every swing. Every being in this universe can eventually learn to channel their natural chi into their attacks. Mine are on a birth, and it can always kill you, to the point it's annoying. If I even get annoyed, the room begins to be filled with poison. I like you, surprisingly. Then you're immune. Welcome to Magic Land. My powers are bullshit. I am the ultimate poison villain already due to how much yin is seeped into my body due to the sheer debauchery that created me. Let's rip the band-aid off for how horrible a demon child I am. I was born from rape. My mother was raped into having me. She abandoned me on the streets afterwards, or she didn't want to raise my crazy father's kid. And that was fine, he wanted that. His scheme for me was to live roughly while vaguely underneath his iron fist. Because he rules the criminal underworld in this part of the world. A whole country's worth of crime under his command. It's bullshit, he even has government officials in his pocket. But I am very powerful due to the horrible yin birth alone, let alone everything else that happened. Because I was forced into a dojo to train in brutal martial arts when I was 9. Because why not? My deadbeat father just bricked me on the streets and literally threw me into his dojo. Then left without explaining anything. I didn't even find out he was my father for a whole year. I thought he was a cop and he hated me because I was an orphan. Martial arts was simple until they introduced partial training. Partial training is when you're improved by force. It's utter bullshit. At that point on, it was mandatory to take a beating once a week to improve the durability of your skin, muscles, and bones. While fighting back, then I was nursed back to health. Sometimes it helped, sometimes it was poison, which I barely lived through half the time, until it got too easy. Literally, one day the maid freaked out my dojo master. I used everything in the shelf and she's still alive. She's better than her father at resisting poison, and her chi became different again. Her poison is more potent. Maid rants with fearful rage. The dojo master just banned me. He fought me one last time, and I lost. Barely. Honestly, it was only in a physical contest. I was 12 at the time. And he's like, a buff 40-year-old. Obviously, he destroyed me with just a backhand slap followed by a kick to the stomach, and beating me to the ground with his fists. But then my malefic chi surges out of him, and he becomes intensely poisoned, as does the whole room, and everyone dies, within seconds, while I'm crying. Because now I'm a psychopath like them, I know it's my chi. I wasn't dumb, I used it on purpose, it just wasn't supposed to cause me trouble. It had never been that good before. It was due to that crazy maid treating me like a lab rat with those poisons. My chi and blood now holds all those poisons casually intended. It's a disturbing fact of life. At 12, I set out to work. I was tense, but only about survival really. With how poisonous my chi was, I literally couldn't even have much violence. My worst rivals were those martial artists. My poisonous chi didn't kill my master. So I'm for the cause of the 12 years old cause of those sacrifices. All worried about how you would have accidentally with this poison to come back anything else. died on the fifth day of starvation, but life finds a way, because of oracles and gamblers. Do you know how they say love can happen at first sight? It's not always true, but when it is, it's weird. Because as I sat against a tree, crying over food, a rich kid in fine white and gold silk approached me, and our energies linked. His yang, my yin, and together we were oracles for our own relationship. It was a blur of images for both of us. When it showed him, he was always ordering
How
me around,
fortunate.
deciding how things should be done, even me. He orders me a lot, because we get along well at first. But we are polar opposites. When he looks at me, he sees the anarchy of my life. It's filled with violence, lust for men like him and others, women too. Plants, especially a green plant I don't even see happening until the buildings are tall and covered with lights, while still managing to be ugly rectangles. And a lot of laziness. While for him, he's always working. He invents a sleep chamber made of pure yang energy so he can sleep less because he's so infused with yang energy. He only needs to sleep a few minutes, and he's wide awake again. Then for me, I live in a way that's too human and electrical. I impulsively chase the world around for knowledge, friendship, and love. All while looking good and beating ass on occasion. And we both live so long, because of some stupid master that loves us both. It's something that's boring.
Fools have launched an assault.
It's obvious that the people found is how we guide engagement. Our energies coalescing together into the mask that binds us together, and makes the world acceptable. I already know it. The mask is the perfect one must be perfect yang, the other perfect yin. And together, they control the mask of their choosing. In turn, the mask of all loneliness will invite enough energy that keeps from live longer.
Battle-worthy once
Edward
more.
Adams of the family of light, family of fallen angels in the world of Christianity. My name has not been chosen yet, but the oracle in me spoke up during the vision. Your name is Cobra Withers, because you're a cobra that makes people
Another
live
come to
Adult
face
me says in the
Moonbane's
mirror
wrath.
That image is so strange though. The calendar says the year is 2025. The current year I'm alive in is 1027, in China, while that was in English, in America. Which I know doesn't exist yet somehow. The mask is completed now, and the vision ends. Edward stands up and stares at me. A knife is already in his hand. You're being accused sociopath already, Edward. My adult self speaks up, flirting maliciously. We could change how everything works right now. We don't need you around. I'll get another wife. I don't need the chaos of yin in my life, Cobra. Edward's adult self says with malefic cold. Edward eventually devolves
Moonbane favors me.
Fresh off the visions, it seems our future selves are seeing each other in full immediately. And we're both still in love. We're just mad about the patterns we see happening with each other. You're gonna be a loser once this martial era ends. When there's peace, you're just a lazy secretary or a factory worker. Edward says angrily. And you make the world a dystopia that takes away the point of being a badass warrior. You're worse than me to some extent. I complain bitterly. Go away. We aren't dealing with true loves yet. You're both 12. Edward's father, Abraham, yells angrily. He does a cross with his right hand, and I am magically banished to the nearest orphanage, where a nice woman welcomes me.
How fortunate.
Eventually, at first, the doors don't even open when I knock. My future self told me it's worth a shot to live here, so I work with it. But then I see that mask we made fly through the sky like a purple shooting star and break through a window of the house. I step back and watch a strange transformation happen on the street. An older woman is forced to wear the mask, screaming with horror.
They're coming our way.
But her skin is healing of age. Her wrinkles are disappearing. And when she
To
lifts
battle
her
won't work on you. Impossible.
and puts the mask back on the old woman.
Enemies close by.
Then the mask literally talks like what my future self says. Marshall outside of me. Then her
Blood. Enemies close by. Repair. Recovered and ready to kill.
runs downstairs with the mask on, rushes me inside, and takes care of me like I'm royalty. It was amazing. I had the best orphanage life ever. Literally, a whole year of just being spoiled while living in an orphanage. It was so weird to myself based on all the dumb rumors my future self heard about orphanages. Meanwhile, here is 12 to 13
Battle-worthy once more.
I had silk clothes, lots of candies and snacks. I got fat for a month. Then future me made me work out hard so I'd stay in shape. It was so compulsive, it was weird. I was avoiding martial arts, but my future self just made me push through his exercise program.
Impossible.
She just kept showing some things and she would feel good as and said, working out in martial arts is still really working out. When the year was over there,
Eye open.
It had a final
Eyes of blood.
So now we moved from that town to a tumultuous place.
Sharp as hate once more.
I accepted it immediately. My adopted mother hated it. I did too to an extent. To recharge me, you must find someone with yang energies equal in quality to Cobra's or yours, Seraphina. Mask of Immortality says seriously. Due to being charged by me using top
See
quality
presence
beings,
in the
albeit
distance.
teenagers,
They're coming our way.
beings, both of them when they're adults. You're a candidate for charging me. You must charge me with a polar opposite, and neither of you count for each other, because you guys mix well. It's annoying, of course.
Enemies
you are,
close by.
The mask can't be charged. It admits it's a bad scenario. I am meant to be charged by malice and the fight between good and evil. Mask of Immortality says with dark amusement. It's a stupid gimmick. That my future
See
self
presence
admits
in the
changes all the
distance.
times.
They're coming our way.
Shut up. That isn't even true. The first time was just potential love between me and Edward. You're a moody mask. Adult me yells angrily through my mouth. Shut up, Cobra. The energies for the next cycle of immortality
opens.
demand a fight. Mask of Immortality snaps angrily. Chapter 2. Life blooms for the poison flower. Life was simple at first. Education I knew suspiciously well. Not enough to be perfect, but it felt too familiar. To the point, the most powerful Yang mage called me out in front of my adoptive mother. And another priest. The ancestors are strong with this one, aren't they? High Priest Euclid accuses seriously. We are both confused. He explains further. Cobra has knowledge she shouldn't have. It's because ghosts of the past and perhaps even the future whisper to her. My religion calls them the ancestors, because it's often those of your family even in the afterworld culture. High Priest Euclid explains seriously. No, I'm just smart. I like chemistry. I was 13. It was too obvious. Not even a grades. You're just done with school when your mother says so. High Priest Euclid says annoyedly. My eyes widened with shock and I facepalm. I literally said a concept too advanced for them to grasp because education is done in this century. And my future self didn't know that. So is she considered a demon? Seraphina says, tense and angry. Oh good heavens, no. We're just gonna suggest we stop educating her. She's smart enough as is. Just buy her books on subjects she's curious about. Let her self-educate. You're wasting money on us. High Priest Euclid says warmly. At this point, I'm left to my own devices until I turn 18. This is because I was considered an adult in mind, but nothing else. I just jumped through hoops to get a good job in town as a bank accountant. At 18, my life as an 18-year-old with poison blood was rough.
They're coming our way.
I was famous in my new hometown.
The fools have launched an assault. Stand there. Falling into their trap.
Everyone knows my cheat.
Immaculate once more. That is futile. Enemies
someone that's a cop, it charges the mask for a year's worth of life apparently. I have an extra 50 years already, Serafina says happily. The mask says it's not ready for my adventure yet. We wait until you pop off naturally, Cobra. They already walk all around you. Mask of Immortality says, amused and serious. They're scared of your blood and fear. They always worry about punching you in the mouth or if you spit blood on them, they'll be poisoned. Serafina says amusedly. It's funny and bullshit. Nobody dates me but they don't hurt me either. It's a sad plot line, until I get bored and decide to go explore. Anything. It's a few days after I've been paid, and I decide to explore the town to find a nice shop. I'm literally so cocky about it because my life is so sad. I'm walking, moping with thoughts like this. I won't even get raped. I bet they'll think my vagina fluids will poison them. It's only true if they know of me, which I wasn't as famous as I thought, because it happens. Someone tries to rob me, with a knife. It's a tall man with a bald head wearing a torn shirt as a mask over the lower half of his face. Brown eyes. Give me your money, bitch. Criminal snaps angrily. It's been a long time since I was a child. My adoptive mother forced me to train in one thing before I could have any true anything as a child. Self-control of my poisonous chi. That was it. And here and now, I was ready to fight without poisoning this man. For a stupid and funny reason due to absurd arguments I had with my adoptive mother when I was 15. You're such a stupid child of Yin. You can't kill everyone because they rob you. Serafina yells angrily. Why not? There, please. I snap angrily. Yeah, but it makes us look bad. You could go to jail if their friends lie on their behalf. Serafina says angrily. I'll kill their friends then. I say angrily. What if your husband leaves you cause you kill too many people? Serafina says angrily. I cried about it then and there. Now in the present, I avoid killing people so I can have a husband. I strike fast and true, right in the throat with my right fist. He gags on his breath. My bloodlust says it's not over yet, so I get behind him a bit and wrap my right arm around his throat. Lock it in with crossing my left forearm over it. I choke him out while he falls to his knees, and eventually falls unconscious. I sigh with happy relief, and walk away whistling. I manage to shop for an hour without any issues whatsoever, until it happens. The man shows up with 2 more cards. While I'm inside a weapons shop, considering buying a sword. We're still in the martial era after all, as Edward said. The shop owner is sexist, however. I didn't even notice the thugs enter, as we're arguing about whether or not women should be allowed to. I say angrily. Why do you need such a big... I choke him out while he falls to his knees, and I manage to shop for an hour without any issues whatsoever, until it happens. The man shows up with 2 more thugs. While I'm inside a weapons shop, considering buying a sword. We are still in a martial era after all, as Edward said. The shop owner is sexist, however. I didn't even notice the thugs enter, as we were arguing about whether or not women should be allowed to fight. Just get a husband, or get your brother to fight for you. Shop owner says angrily. No, I'm a grown woman. I can fight for myself. I say angrily. Why do you need such a big sword anyway? Why not the dagger just to be safe? Shop owner says angrily. I want to be able to fight well. I want a long sword. I say seriously.
Well.
Civilians aren't even supposed to have swords. Shop owner says angrily. How do so many people have swords then? I ask annoyedly. They're bounty hunters or guards. Shop owner says annoyedly. I'm holding a long sword in my hand as we were arguing. At this point, the thugs grab weapons off shelves and pull them on us both. Just let it happen, old man. The girl owes me for a crime she did earlier. Criminal 1 says with lustful anger. I glare with malice at the criminal, and it happens. I lose control, and 2 bolts of venomous yin shoot out my eyes like thin needles, and embed themselves in the criminal's throat. His veins turn purple, and he falls to the ground, beginning to have a seizure. Everyone looks at me with sheer terror, and the owner is still a bit mad. You don't even need a sword, you have magic. Go away before I have you arrested. All of you. Shop owner yells angrily. I leave first, walking through the aisles of the store to avoid the thugs while they try medicating the dying criminal with what's on the shelves. while the owner is still yelling at them to leave. This is when my future self shows me a vision of what she calls the Edward Special. Accountability is a bitch. We'll be in jail within a day. Don't fight the guards, fight everyone else who is a dick. Future me says seriously. The vision just shows what they'll currently do to catch me, which is just use oracles and their visions of the day to verify what could possibly happen that's a crime in that area. Then investigate every crime ever in real life until they come to me. So unless all the
That
crimes
is
happen,
futile.
which I was. Then went my home. Edward Habitable, with a guard captain. And I had just bought a new shorts word and another black.
No hard feelings,
It
friend.
was a nice black sword too.
To battle.
Edward is my height exactly. 5 feet 11.
That
He
is
wears a
futile.
black and white long sleeved shirt, black pants, a gold necklace and silver cross. Edward just slaps the captain. I don't even get a trial. I just go to jail for a year or so. Then I'm released at
That
night.
is futile.
Where they expect
We've fallen into their trap.
until Edward is there, outside the prison, telling me what my next step is. You're gonna be a waitress at a nice restaurant in town. Please don't kill anyone. Edward says seriously.
No one shall survive.
I ask for it. I'm pleased and charmed until he tells the truth.
Prepared.
Good news and bad news, Cobra. The good news is that his cause life is better if you have a job. The bad news is cause you will kill people if you're a prostitute.
Battle-worthy once more.
And I wish it was cause you're a poisonous woman. No, it's cause you're gonna kill men and wives when they try to kill cause their
Another
husbands
come
once
to
you win
face
the prostitute.
Moonbane's
I don't
wrath.
have a long chain of prostitute murders and robberies.
Who's next?
So just go to work. You'll never not have a job as long as you don't be a murderer.
I seek blood.
Because I hate them when you're one. Edward says, busy as I haven't even done it yet. I say, offended. Yeah, but we're both honest.
That
You're going
is
to be one of the
futile.
most powerful people in existence. That's why I'm making sure you have a job. So you don't be an assassin or something dumb and criminal. Edward says annoyedly. I sigh annoyedly.
Ah,
Go back to my home,
immaculate once
where
more.
everything is dusty and some stuff is stolen. But there's enough to live happily.
Ah,
I got with money
that's
even
better.
keep my stash of tape so I can get fresh food and stuff. On my official first day at work, the next day, Edward is outside my house. And he seems tense. I'm walking into the restaurant, so you know where he works at. Also, I'm going to give you as
We've
much
fallen into their trap.
I can memorize all of it. It's important. You need to perfect so that you can survive in the
There
living
can be
room.
no escape from the winters
Who's
and
next?
Let's just both admit it. You're stuck in a man's society for 1,000
You
years.
are right,
Edward
princess.
says nervously.
I lie.
I sigh bitterly at that. Sure know how to
Prepare.
keep a woman happy. Huh. I deadpan sarcastically. Let's walk and talk, Edward says nervously. We walk through the city. It's
Battle-worthy
nice.
once
Brown
more.
and redwood everywhere. Simple houses with pretty roofs. It's late. I wish the future would come to these houses
Impossible.
already. The town is lavish and mysterious, but we both live in it with boredom. When do we get colourful rights? I ask nicely. Not
No
until
hard
America
feelings,
is war.
friend.
I know that much. Edward jokes wryly. We both groan a bit.
I will not die
We're
here.
already both American in our hearts due to being Americans. Especially you. Most women just get married in this city. Edward says warmly. I giggle a bit at that. I'm sure it'll be fine in the end. I say warmly. Only hope. But due to women like you, I
Prepare.
doubt it. Edward says nervously. Why can't we make it work?
You missed
I
your
ask
chance.
Edward sighs and looks at me with caution and fear. I will tell you, but please don't go on a crusade. Edward says seriously. I probably won't. I say happily.
It
You will
is
eventually. I see it
strange
as a
to
guarantee.
feel so
I'm just
weak.
gonna rip the band-aid off cause you get involved no matter what once you live too long. We all do. Edward says seriously. The Oracle's society is fighting for control. You'd expect the people to
Impossible.
fail to stop the society from coming
I
Feelings,
seek
friend.
blood.
and that's it. Society revolves around what women are meant and meant for. And people like you are. Mainly because you're
Red
such
Bull
will always be male
suits me
dominant.
best.
Women always want to win. And it's a annoying cause even because of jobs. You will end up in fights with men for money. It's not politics. Or worse, just because you get sick of having only a few jobs for the next 300 years. I giggle a bit at the end, but otherwise it's a fearsome situation I already understood a bit. Until you mentioned I'd only have a few jobs for hundreds of years. I look around too hard as we walk silently to the restaurant, until I finally say it. Edward, I can't be stuck in this society as a woman. There's almost nothing that I can do when we make women suffer. I say
Impossible.
Edward sighs bitterly. Progress, I can't do a better job. Just don't do anything wrong. Edward says, tired and serious. We are almost to the restaurant when I see my opportunity to do the right thing Edward wants to do. There is a training ring for local guards being used by soldiers to recruit for the Bar Wang's army. The Bar Wang is the leader of this city-state.
Red always.
I don't know how much our Bar Wang controls yet.
We've fallen into their
The
trap.
mask prays Anarchy. It had been
Repair.
a long day of work, but the mask followed me to work and started putting out its words to everyone. Who wants immortality? This mask tells all the secrets.
Sharp as hate once more.
I watch in horror as it sounds out the pulse of pure red cheek. Pure malice. That inflames the whole restaurant with rage. To those that want immortality, gather round. It's time for the rite
That
of
is
pleasure.
futile.
First ritual of immortality takes place today. Whoever
Another
wins earns
comes to
100
face
years.
Moonbane's wrath.
No need for food or drink, but
blood.
This immortality is ideal living without the
Seeing you
consequences.
scurry
The
about
catch is
brings
this
me
though, I need
joy.
59 dead bodies and one lucky winner. Which thankfully there's 100
He's
people in the
not.
restaurant. Martha says happily. My adopted mother is there. She has a spear and is wearing battle
There's
armor.
no
There are
more.
other martial artists around wearing armor and weapons. Guards, a priest with a holy staff, and myself, the most poisonous
Recovered and ready to kill.
I consider leaving it all behind. But it pulses again, and the malice
Rest in
of it
peace,
calls out
and
to my
honor at
soul.
least.
I feel it too much inflamed by the mask of immortality. Makes me grow in
Your
awe of
swordplay is
personal
getting rusty.
People begin
Charge
dying
into battle.
immediately.
Brush
Then
off
the
all who oppose you.
Fallen into their
All the
trap.
martial artists, my mother and myself. Organized this well, I say,
Immaculate once
the
more.
mask flies over to me and shows itself smiling like a devil. Just don't die, master, or else fate must be rewritten based on everyone's estimation. Ha 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 ha, mask says maniacally. I'm currently on the second floor of the restaurant by a railing that looks
Impossible.
down from up there. Three-story tower with a spiral staircase marching down.
You dropped your weapon.
Painted brown as hell, with a typical Chinese theme. It has plenty of dragon statues, and even melee weapons held on the walls. Let alone every table has a steak knife.
It
Nobody
is
even tries to stop it.
strange to
The
feel
fight is
so
already
weak.
breaking out, and one man has his great sword stabbed into the back of my adoptive mother, ranting about what he'll do with immortality. It's a tall man wearing Japanese samurai armor and wielding a katana. I will rule over Japan and bless it with peace and privately rule. It will be taxless, instead relying on your own works.
That is
Seraphina's eyes
futile.
cheek flares up, eyes growing rapidly in the room itself. And a spike of ice
Another
shoots off her
come
back,
to face
forcibly carrying the
Moonbane's
blade out of the
wrath.
back of
Just
the
as my
samurai
mother's
blade.
I seek blood.
They dissipate within seconds as Seraphina jumps to her feet, 2 daggers in hand. One black, one grey steel.
Your penance.
I'm
We've
still
fallen
standing
into
by the
their
railing,
trap.
watching her fight for her life with just daggers. But her body is strange. Surges the
Immaculate
energy
once
and seals
more.
her wounds up magically. I gasp at the sight, realizing the man
Recovered and
possessed
ready
her with
to
more powers
kill.
than just immortality. Or is that what immortality truly is? My future self says it's possible based on something that she reads in the future. Panic surges on both sides of me. My head snaps back and forth. On my left, a chubby
is
girl man in
futile.
black and red long sleeve shirt with black baggy pants.
No one shall survive.
Wearing a blue and white sundress.
Immaculate once more.
Tied back in a ponytail. Each look at them was a glare of malice. My eyes automatically shot poison darts as I looked at them. It must have looked like my eyes glowed bright pink as they fired. The woman cuts the 2 darts out the air with her rapier. Lightning fast flicks of her wrists later, but the chubby man is too fat and slow to dodge. He's poisoned immediately and faints. He's dead weight that falls through the railing, down to the ground below. He lands on Seraphina's opponent, crushing him. The malice in me calls out to me. It begs me to prove I'm strong. I see my future self looking at me with coffee amusement. Honey, read me. this place to be.
Fallen into their trap.
Or else you don't get the award.
Who's next?
Both my poisonous G to serve and coat my hands with my cheek. Then it solidifies, becoming purple steel around my hands. I flex my fingers, it feels cool and weirdly flexible. My future self will conceal mine on
Eye
whatever that
open.
is. Swordswoman thrusts her rapier at my throat. I block it with my palm instinctively, arm like
Eye soaks blood.
Then I sidestep the blade, move my arm slightly to the left of the blade, and slam it into her jaw. I grip it from the
Who's
circle copy damage. It burns her skin
Immaculate once more.
She steps back, hands held to her head. She gasps and whines with pain as she tries healing herself with wet energy. Green, gold, and white beams of energy begin to experiencing. Some go harder, or after she changes. Down her, anything that seems
Who's next?
says with proud malice. This man,
Immaculate
I feel
once
the need to call
more.
by the dragon of society, the dragon of heaven, the dragon of hell. I am the dragon. I am the dragon of war. Fear my role. I mutter with malicious fear. Step forward to the swordsman. I hold my hands like a karate chop.
Impossible.
My chi about my
Who's next?
chi understands, becoming something like sharp steel. I swing my hand across the woman's throat, cutting through it cleanly. And her spinal cord, her brain is disconnected.
The
from her brain.
eye
She can't find
open.
her way out of that situation. She falls to the ground, a corpse. I smirk proudly, possibly want to scream at myself. Why are you doing this? Yang in me. The perfect yin girl looks up from the abyss, salted in blood. I want to prove I'm the best. I say with malefic confidence. I pick up the swordswoman's rapier and study it. A thin blade with sharp edges and an especially sharp point. I approach the spear the chubby man left behind. I pick it up, smack the wooden shaft against the railing. It cracks the railing. I test the spear's edge against the railing. It cuts okay, but it desires more. It might not work too well, but it's better than the rapier. Seraphina steps up the stairs nearby, soaked in blood, and her clothes are covered with cuts in the fabric surrounded with blood, and bleached with yang energies, turning much of the fabric pure white. But not all of it. Some of it is still its original color, light blue, while most of it is either red or white. She looks at me with miserable rage. The mask dares claim you're the ultimate being. Besides your true love, Edward, you're the ultimate yin, and I can't stand it when it says you're the owner. It only helped me so you'd have a home, Seraphina says. I become tense, my eyes watering. This, as I always knew it would. She's too greedy, like all humans. Even me Cobra, this is the many trials of immortality. Your family betrays you, lovers will too, hell, even I and God itself will betray you. Why is it they do it? For the right to live forever and own the land. Mask of immortality yells with maniacal glee. The mask flies in between us, hanging above us. It suddenly gives off an intense burst of yang and yin mana. Yin is on my side, covering the whole area with purple and black energies, while her side is covered with bright sunlight and golden flames. You don't have to do this. I say
I hope
something.
this is good for you too.
The mask told me this isn't even the end of us. It's a pattern between us. We oppose each other.
I am awakened.
Time to bundle up.
Such as you want to do anything.
You
but
shall
let men
be
rule the world,
healed!
While we just be the women of society. The mothers of society. No, you need to be a worker so you don't have to raise children. Seraphina rants angrily. Mothers of society, what are you talking about? I asked nervously. Did you think this society ended up like this unwillingly? We don't want to have to fight. We don't want to have to work like the men do. We want to raise children. We want to be happy. Let men work, while we be happy with our families. Seraphina rants with miserable rage. I heard how you're upset we're stuck at easy, dead-end jobs until you get married and get to sit at home all day. Why are you trying to ruin it for us? I don't even know how to process this. It's annoying as hell to see women try to preserve this way of life. It's a society that holds us back, and I'm already bored of the concept. I was gonna play nice, yeah no. I say angrily. It's a society that rewards us with being parents. Seraphina says desperately. It's a Pause society. When we're done raising kids, we jump to the
I am awakened.
being cum buckets for our husbands. No thanks, I'm getting a job. And hell, I might even be a soldier. Why not? I'm a great warrior, I say with cocky anger. This is why we're at odds. You can't be happy with the current world we live in. You're gonna ruin it for everyone eventually.
You shall be healed!
Seraphina steps forward and comes at me with her knives. She surges forward
Time
with
to
a burst of
bundle
light,
up.
cutting the distance
I hope
within
this is
seconds,
good for you
and then
too.
slashing with both knives in AX cross. I jump back, narrowly dodging. My eyes shoot poison darts at her as she's this close. She ducks and dashes away as I rapid fire the poison darts. Highway 2 mini it seems. She runs across half the restaurant's edge as she dodges my poison darts. Before finally firing back with a 3-foot wide fireball out her own palm. Nice fireball, I compliment smugly. I jump over the railing and down a floor to avoid the fireball.
The eyes
It explodes behind me as I'm mid-fall. I land roughly, my legs hurting a bit. Seraphina jumps down after me. It's an opportunity. I charge a ball of my chi in my left hand and thrust my hand up at her. A thick plume of acidic smoke shoots out my hand, enveloping her. Her skin burns as she falls through it, but her skin glows bright gold and purple, healing her near instantly. We dash at each other, clashing into middle. My left fist slams into her right cheek as both her daggers thrust into my stomach. But my skin is too tough from all the beatings I took as a child, so it only causes scratches. I catch both her wrists with my own, and glare intensely at my gloves. My gloves begin exuding a thick purple slime that envelops her hands. She tries to wrestle away from me, but I grab her. I headbutt her once, then jump forward with my head like a missile. It knocks some pain into her, but it sabotages the grip. She slips out and runs away. She is beginning to change colours from her hands upward. I look at her, feeling guilt and fear. She looks at me, still miserable and angry. Then she sighs and just closes her eyes, and breathes deeply. She glows once more, healing instantly. Her colours are back to normal. And she stands up, defeated but determined. The mask is right. I can't beat you yet, but I'll do it eventually. I can still beat you figuratively by earning immortality, and if necessary, I'll be an opportunist. Like it always makes fun of me here, Seraphina says bitterly. Seraphina does a X-cross again over herself, and the light around her belly clears up.
to battle.
Turned invisible. I'm dead, ready myself. But nothing happens. So now. It's not over though. I try stepping out the restaurant, and that's when it's clear. It's a riot outside, and people are suddenly being stabbed in the throat, heart, and back as if out of thin air. It's Seraphina's daggers, killing them all. She's still so eager to earn immortality. Don't think immortality to live. Mask says
That is futile.
the mask said red and
Dread of
there isn't a twinkle of doubt in his whole being. I feel away with Malcolm in the crowd in front of me. I turn and see 3 guards in steel chainmail leaping at me with longswords and shields. I shoot my poison darts instinctively once more as I see them. The center one
Dread
dies as he is
always
struck
seems
first,
best.
but the other 2 drop with their shields. The dying guard drops his longsword at my feet. It's simple steel. I pick it up and
Another
itself
come
from
to
all
face
corners.
Moonbane's
My mallet
wrath.
pulls out from all. I point 2 fingers at the right hand guard and boom him with a big puff of pink acidic chi. He melts through his armor, beginning to roar on his
Your
life.
penance.
Meanwhile, the remaining guard and I clash our blades. Then he follows up my shield bashing him in the stomach. I take it and punch him with my left fist into the face.
I require ammunition.
Slime on his face. He pushes me back with another shield bash, bashes at me wildly twice, and I bash him into the face. On his third swing, he starts having a seizure because he's wounded. I turn and see the other guard is dead on the ground, white and turning to pink. I'm invigorated with pleasure at my own strength. 30 contestants are dead, 29 remain. No victor is decided yet. Mask of Immortality yells with malefic glee.